Welcome back for more Rampage. I think we'll just go back to being Kyle, because I feel like we had good... We were doing good with Kyle, so... And no, I didn't just cut myself off there with what I was saying. No, I did just end my sentence with so. Oh man, I'm destroying middle school. Man, all the middle schoolers are gonna be so happy to hear that their school was destroyed and they don't have to go to school anymore. Except that's not how life works. If your school got destroyed, you would probably just get sent to school somewhere else, some farther away. Honestly, I'm feeling good about how New York is gonna go so far. It's not starting with something terribly big. I just remembered we had other monsters unlocked, and I didn't even look at them. I didn't glance at them. So maybe I won't stay as Kyle. Maybe I'll switch to Jill. Or try out Croc. Depending on what stats Croc's got. Who's the challenge? Beat 6 street punks. Get down. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at the health bar again. And it's like, okay, that part that I was looking at, that was like, maybe Shelby does have extra health, and the health bar shows it. No. That's just how they designed the health bar. You know, if there's anything to be said about how Monster Hunter has your health bar stretched across the entire top of the screen, it at least makes it easy to tell, you know, the difference between the, like, maximum health upgrades and, you know, maybe, like, one rank below. I should grab a bus. You're not a bus. Get out of here. Oh, I smashed the bus. Bus? Nope, that's trash. Oh, you street punk. I'll leave another street punk. I think I'm getting a lot of health for the street punks. This way. Oh, get the bus! Catch the bus! Good. Oh man, just random thoughts of, you know, random associative memories, like the doodle bops. They're the bus. Like every episode they would get on the bus. Ow. Also, I think I recently learned that the doodle bops weren't clowns. And like the whole time I was remembering them as clowns. I mean, I suppose they could pass for clowns, but formally speaking, I don't think they're meant to be clowns. They're just, you know, pop. Well, okay, maybe more supposed to be rock stars. I was gonna say pop stars for kids, but no, maybe more like rock stars. Mike is on cliche. Whoop! Oh, yep. My head's in a swing. Kick this stupid baby swings. I broke my finger on a baby swing once. That's not even a joke. That happened. 500 points. And no upgrade? No upgrade. Yeah, so this one time, I was on a scouting trip. A scouting camp out. And it was nearby, like, I guess it was at like a national park or something. And maybe not like formally a campsite where you're meant to get away from everything. Like there was a little playground nearby. So some of the guys and I went to that little playground. And I was just standing there leaning against one of the bars to the swing. Wow, that really worked. That really reached the helicopters. I was just standing there leaning against the pole, one of the support poles. And then there's this guy, you know, one of the other guys was just pushing an empty swing back and forth. And then he shoves it really hard, and it like swings off track and slams into my finger. And it broke my finger in 3 places. It's like, wow, that is like the most ridiculous way to break a finger in 3 places. But that actually happened. And I got the bones reset, and then it's like, oh, that didn't work. We need to do surgery. So they did surgery on my finger, and they put. Did I already say they put pins in it? I think I already said that. And I forget if the pins were from the surgery or if that was a different thing. But there were pins in it. There were 2 pins in it. And one of the doctors made the jokes like, hey, you could get a marker and put some eyes on it, and make it like a little, like a finger puppet. I never did that. But I do remember how when my hand was in a cast, Like, so I only broke the pointer finger, but the it was like splinted, you know, put in a splint with like my middle finger. And what are you doing? Stop glitching, jeez. Shut up, radio guy. You should have been fired already. Your mic was on. Yeah, the way it was splinted, it was like my hand was doing like permanent finger guns while I had the cast on. I thought that was funny. It's like, look, I got an arm cannon. Psh, psh, psh. Except arm cannons don't make you do finger guns. At least not usually. And I remember actually quite a few things from that day in surgery, because I wasn't allowed to eat before then. I was just like I was so hungry. And then I think we got Burger King after the surgery. And I was in a waiting room. It was like a really small waiting room before the surgery. I don't remember exactly when. Like what was I waiting for while in this waiting room? I don't remember. But I do remember they had on a Godzilla film. It's like I think it was a black and white one, and I don't remember if it was dubbed. How many punches does it take for Kyle to get through a window? Is it still 3? So much for his good crush stat. I guess crush is in like this attack. Not actually his ability to destroy buildings. Which I guess it would make sense. Excuse me, I didn't even realize it was on a challenge. So, no power again. And, like, the last thing I remember, you know, last memorable thing I remember about that surgery day was when I woke up, my dad came in, and, like, he pulled Twilight Princess out of his coat, because I didn't have that game yet. So he got me Twilight Princess while I was getting surgery done. I wonder if there's anything else like interesting I can remember about that day. Ow. Well, maybe not about that day, but I remember because I had that surgery done. My grandmother got me like a bear from Build-A-Bear, and she wrapped like a I think it was just like a basic ribbon around its like the same hand that was the hand that I had in a cast from the surgery. I think that was really thoughtful, you know, looking back. I don't remember if I actually properly appreciated it at the time. It's like, I'm not really that into stuffed animals. Not really into Build-A-Bear. Wait, no, I definitely, at least now, I definitely appreciate the gesture. And then die. Okay, grow again, please. I was taking that as an opportunity to drink some water. Float balloon? He thinks I'm a parade balloon? You know, which is what you actually call a float balloon, not float balloon. It's ridiculous. Okay, let me come over to this fresh, clean window. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So Kyle doesn't actually smash better, which I guess is why they call the stack smash. I wonder if that affects his roar. Maybe not. I want to say roar is probably something that's more unintentional rhyme. Something that would be more about like a monster specific trait, not like a stat. You know what I mean? Like, I would assume Leon the Lion would be one character that would have a particularly good roar stats. You know, if we're talking hidden roar stats. But if it's just tied to crush, I forget if Leon has good crush. Maybe. Well, look at all that stuff. I'm gonna come over here and eat the fish. Where are the helicopters? Where are the helicopters? Okay, it didn't clear the screen of helicopters, so maybe it's not affected by crush. See, that's what I was That's a train of thought I didn't finish. Train of thought that I didn't finish in an earlier episode, and I kind of touched on it a little bit last episode, but I wish I was better at, I wish I had the ability to, like, data mine games to figure out how their mechanics work. Like, I'm jealous of the people who get to do that, who know how to do that with games. Because there are often, well, I can't think of many examples, just like, at least recently, Rampage and Gauntlet, where I want to know what the magic stat in Gauntlet means, and what the stats in this game mean, and what are all the hidden abilities of the monsters. I wish I was the kind of person who could figure that out. Because the wikis are so underdeveloped that, it's kind of a guessing game. And also, like has-been heroes. I'm still not sure what affects backstab damage in that game. Like, it seems like it's a magic stat, which doesn't really make sense because it's a physical attack. But there is such a thing in that game as, physical spell damage. So, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it worked. And there were instances where I had random, immensely high spikes in backstab damage. And I think it was tied to an item that's meant to increase your spell damage. Which also, when I was having those random damage spikes happen, they were also affecting magic. So sometimes a spell would just be completely nuclear in its damage, So that's what leads me to believe it's tied to spell damage. But I did some experimenting to see if, like, oh, maybe if I increase this character's spell damage, maybe the backstab damage will increase also. It did not look like a one-to-one change. So, I would like to get to the bottom of that mystery better, but I have no idea how you would find something like that out, other than just doing like a billion runs with like different builds to just, brute force your way into finding the solution. Like tracking stats, not stacking trats. It meant like immensely tediously and meticulously until you find a correlation between two stats increasing, between one stat increasing and your backstab damage increasing. I wish I could just peek inside the game and look at, like, oh, it's programmed so that when this stat increases, this changes. Like, same for the magic and gauntlet. Like, what is changing the magic stat to? But I think even if I could, like, actually, excuse me, peek at a game's code, me personally, would I figure anything out? No, because I suck at reading code. Unfortunately, I think I'm too dyslexic to be able to get much mileage out of how code works. Oh, I thought it was eating the bug. Well, I'm gonna die anyway, so maybe I should have eaten the bug. I didn't mean actually eat it! Okay, catch a bus. Catch a ride. And dead again. Jeez, you don't have to insult my physical appearance. I don't know, I just thought that was funny timing. I die and I become a naked man and then he's like, I think I'm gonna be sick. It's like very rude. Yeah, I can at least get the one helicopter from this building without roar. Oh yeah, so I just remembered there was a Pokemon Direct yesterday talking about the new region. I don't remember what the name is, but I'm glad they revealed it, because if they didn't, it was just... We went so long without hearing the region name, it's like, wow, why have they not talked about it now? What is it going to be, spoilers like the Breath of the Wild 2 title apparently? Ow. Get up. You gotta be kidding me. You can't do 2 times in a row. Okay, how about I eat a bus? How do you like that? He doesn't like that. That's why he didn't let me. And, you know, I didn't really watch it, but I do know, like, the gist of what they were talking about there. And this is probably going to sound stupid, you know, once I get this out, because who knows when this is going to come out. Maybe the Pokemon game will already be out by then. Scarlet and Violet will already be out by then. And it'll be redundant for me to talk about, like, yeah, this is going to happen, and that's just me, I guess. But it's looking like... It's looking like I got a game over. Wait a minute, I was told they have the same stats. Those are not the same stats. It's Ralph and George that have similar stats, not George and Lizzie. I'm just gonna be Lizzie again. Yeah, it's looking like the new Pokemon game is gonna just give you the legendary right away. And then you get to use the legendary as your bike, basically. You get to ride them all around the region. Which, for what's gonna be the first, like, fully open Pokemon game, that makes sense. Make the legendary about, you know, transportation, and then have them be your primary means of getting around for the whole game. That's pretty cool. Especially because it means you don't have to wear a stupid bicycle suit like in Sword and Shield. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to destroy this block if I keep eating garbage stuff again. How many times have we been over this? And they revealed a new mechanic of that game, because you know that every Pokemon game has, like, it's apparently a law that every Pokemon game has to release with a new mechanic, a new battle mechanic. Whether or not that battle mechanic actually means much in the grand scheme of things or not. But, sorry if that's like a sour take on Pokemon, but that's how I feel. Like every game, like Mega Evolving was awesome, and then everything after that was just like, we'll just make you super powerful for like 2 turns. Okay, there you go. That's your new battle mechanic. Z moves. You get to just nuke an opponent. Although I found Gigantamaxing was like decently balanced, at least. Like there was at least some strategic depth to it, so I can't say it was completely terrible. But this new mechanic, it sounds like it wants to be Mega Evolving without actually giving us Mega Evolving back, where they like turn into like a crystal form, which excuse me, I've read will give them a new type. Their typing will change. And that I've read that apparently this can be different between Pokemon even of the same species. So you can have like a water Eevee and then an electric Eevee. Which okay, I guess. It's whatever. Is that popcorn? Oh good, I didn't punch the fire. I don't know, and then it also gives you like extra boosts to same type attack bonuses. It's like, yeah, that just sounds like Mega Evolving, but without the effort of giving you new designs for Pokemon. They're just gonna put like a crystal effect on the Pokemon. It's like, eh. Like, I think the new game, I think Scarlet and Violet look pretty good. They look better than Sword and Shield did at first, and I think Sword and Shield is okay. They're acceptable games. Though I still stand by the Pokemon fans, especially long-time Pokemon fans, who have been there since the first generation. I honestly think Pokemon fans deserve better games than these, but Scarlet and Violet look good. And then another but to that, here's 2 buts. You're not supposed to do 2 buts in a row like that, but I'm going to do it anyway. But Scarlet and Violet look good, but that new mechanic does not. It does not look exciting. And I kind of wish the Pokemon Company would realize, like, they don't need a new mechanic to sell the new games. Like, really, like, the gyms and the Pokemon. Like, there you go. There's your new Pokemon. Like, introduce some new Pokemon with interesting, interesting designs, interesting evolutions, and type matchups, and interesting access, interesting move pools. There's a better way to phrase that than access to moves. And there you go. There's your reason for buying a new Pokemon game. New Pokemon. And then gyms, so you're not just going through the motions, you know, something to do. You know, puzzles to solve and stuff. So you're not just battling all the time. Ow. And, you know, I think those would sell pretty well. And I know Pokemon fans, like a lot of Pokemon fans, are like, oh, I don't need really, you know, hyper detailed graphics for Pokemon games. Like, okay, that's true, but I think Pokemon fans deserve a lot better for visuals for how Pokemon games look. Like the animations that go into Pokemon and the draw distance. Like, it's sad that Sword and Shield has worse draw distance than a game on the GameCube. Like, it has worse problems with popping than Super Mario Sunshine, which released on the GameCube. But anyway, this is not rant about Pokemon time, I suppose. Ooh, that steak gave me a lot of health. Yeah, just roar that guy away. Just be safe. Fish market. Fish? Fish? Well, that's a roach. Don't need that. Yeah, it seems like going onto the side of the building helps you reach the helicopter a bit better. Oh, they didn't reach the helicopter. Well, that was my fist. I was talking about roars. Oh, but also, what I wanted to say, while talking about Pokemon, is that Pokemon is the highest grossing franchise in the world. It's not just that the fans deserve better graphics, but that they definitely could afford to be putting more into the graphics. Okay, I'm done ranting about Pokemon. I'm gonna think about something else now. I'm gonna think about Lego Star Wars. Because, like, I don't know, I think Lego and Star Wars fit together pretty nicely. No Lego pun intended about fitting together nicely. I don't know, maybe it's just because I grew up with the games. Man, how much water do you need, throat? I know I've been doing a lot of talking, but, like, come on. Grab a blast bomb down here. Yeah, I'll grab some more water. Okay. Oh, look. There's a billboard. Let's see what this one changes into when I smack it. Oh, I'm running out of time. Well, as long as I don't die again. The taste of bacon. Oh, that was a bomb. I'll grab less. I still don't really get why clothes fly out of the bus when you eat it. It's like, is that supposed to be the luggage of people who are traveling on the bus a long way? Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, I'm worried about recording another GameCube game right now because of how, like, 2 or 3 Rampage episodes in a row, my headphones were desyncing in the audio. Like, I mean, it didn't do that with the last episode of Rampage, I don't think. And it doesn't seem to be doing that with this one so far, so maybe I'm good. Huh. I haven't heard that voice clip before. Fall back, troops. I'm calling in an airstrike. Ow. No. Yeah, maybe I am good to record another GameCube game. So I guess I will. Once I've finished New York. I don't know how many buildings we have left to go. Actually, that could be the last one. Maybe. It looks familiar. I forget if this actually does end on the Empire State Building, but it sounds like it should, you know? Wow, those balloons. Oh man, you know what I just remembered? Spider-Man on the PS4 is such a good game. Spider-Man is such a good character. It's like genuinely one of the best superheroes. You know, it's very down to earth, but also entertaining. You know, it's funny. You know, Spider-Man himself, but also, you know, the tone of the comics, because Marvel tends. Well, I want to say Marvel tends to be more lighthearted than DC, but not that Marvel doesn't have its dark moments, you know. I not that DC doesn't have its moments of comedy. Ow. But I think Spider-Man is just such a good superhero. Genuinely one of the best superheroes ever created. And just having such a good... I mean, there are several really good Spider-Man games, but especially Spider-Man PS4. You know, with, like, very good visuals. You know, visuals don't really matter, but when they're really good, it's really good. You know, really good visuals and, you know, engaging gameplay. And being able to either stealth people, or when the game doesn't require you to stealth people, you could just go in and beat people up directly. Take on a whole crowd in a very Spider-Man-y way with Spider-Man-y spider abilities. Ow. And gadgets. But, you know, I've always been more someone for, you know, more strictly everything Spider-Man does is a superpower. But I think the gadget version of Spider-Man is also still pretty cool. Because it makes him more than just some guy who got lucky and got some powers, you know? He's like, well, okay, I can stick to walls now, so how about I develop some web shooters so I can be Spider-Man, so I can be the Spider-Man. It still amuses me how quick the game over screen is. It's just like, game over. Oh, I got a guy stuck to my hand. Oh, never mind. There it goes. You want to know why I was you know, getting all excited about the thought of Spider-Man? It's because we got PS Plus recently. It's like, oh, not only is the PS5 version of Spider-Man available to us now, which also my sister got a PS5, so that's really cool. But now also the Miles Morales, like, I think it works as a standalone game, but it was also released as DLC for Spider-Man PS4. So I'm looking forward to being able to play that. How about I grab a bus? Okay, maybe not. Come on, punch the it's right there! It's right there! Catch another bus, maybe? Hello? Bus? Hello? Please? Bus? You're not a bus. Okay, I'm wasting time running around looking for buses. Okay. Man, I'm dying and could use food. And I can eat buses. If only there was some sort of, like, serial bus rolling by. Perhaps one that is universal. It's such a stupid joke. It's like, what do USBs have to do with this? Oh, that was not the guy in the window. That was the bug. What? Ah. that sound clip did not play at a good time. I mean, almost a good time. It almost played as I became huge again. Also, I'm a she, not a he. You can't say he's huge because I'm a she. Although I guess I can't really tell in this form. So I guess I can't be too mad. Take that, you human. That's actually kind of a terrifying scenario there. not only are you, stationed in a building where you gotta fight a giant monster, you gotta peek out the window and shoot a giant monster. But then the giant monster rams its fist through the window you're shooting from and makes the building you're in collapse, and you have no time to get out. They should have had that as a scene in the Rampage movie. Which I guess they didn't really say, why the Rampage movie isn't really a Rampage movie. I think I did say before, like, it's kind of a generic action movie. Yeah, it had nothing to do with, like, people drinking soda and turning into giant monsters. I forget what was causing the monsters to become giant, but they were just animals that just became big. Like, George wasn't a person who drank soda and became a giant monster. He was a gorilla that just became giant. Like, I can accept the plot of, like, oh, we gotta make George a good guy, so you have a giant monster to root for. And they just have it be, basically King Kong versus Godzilla. Where you want to root for one of them to win because the other ones are worse giant monsters. Not that I've seen either King Kong or more Godzilla. I don't remember much from that Godzilla movie that I watched in that waiting room when I broke my finger. But yeah, I can accept that part, but the fact that it wasn't a person, and the fact that, or like none of them started as people, and that it wasn't caused by soda, like this isn't Rampage. This really is just some other movie that they decided to label as Rampage because they got the licensing or something. I don't know. Get out of here. Slippery Soap Co. Surprised this building isn't scripted to be full of water traps. That would have been appropriate. So yeah, we're almost done with this game. That's pretty cool. Like I said, I mean, we're gonna. I know I shouldn't be. I should be happy that I'm still doing this game. But with as much as I've been dying, and as much strapped for commentary as I am, trying not to keep repeating myself, even though I keep repeating myself, and I really shouldn't be repeating myself. And my throat is dry again. That doesn't help, game. That's not real water. I can't drink that. Ow. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the next game. Not that I think I'll have more to talk about, but new game. Haven't played it in a while. Stop shooting me! Okay, we're getting into a cycle here now. Jump over the... Beans! You can't shoot me right when I get up. That's not how this works. No, the ice cream, I wanted to eat that. Would you kindly stop throwing bombs in my butt? Please. Oh, look, there's some beans. And bean cake. Oh, too bad. You got in the way. You got in the way, died. I don't know what it was, like, why was I having such trouble hitting things before with that up punch? It does seem to have a pretty generous hitbox sometimes. Maybe the hitboxes are just wild and crazy and they don't always hit the same, which is not how a hitbox should be working. Oh, you know what? I never finished that train of thought earlier. And hopefully that wasn't the last episode. No, you know what? I think that was the last episode. I never finished the train of thought about that character I was drawing earlier. Like, she started off as a character, like a fan child I made for a contest. And she's the rocker demon there. So the mystery is solved. What character were you talking about? Who is this? Why are you mentioning them? Why do you Yeah, rocker demon. I thought that was a pretty fun concept. Because Arendi is it's called Barrymore, which is basically shapeshifters. They could look like whatever they want. So I figure if I have this child of this shapeshifter who's also a shapeshifter, and make her other parent a rock star, it's like, well, they would probably want to be a rocker too. And then, so what I did was I have her have 2 arms on one side and then just 1 on the other, to not only give her a more chaotic look, but also like, yeah, 2 arms on one side. Like, imagine the kind of guitar playing you could do with 2 arms on your on one side. Although I can't decide if it would be better to have like 2 hands for strumming, for faster strumming. Which I don't know if you really could do anything particularly exciting with just a second strumming hand. Which is why I did not do that. I did 2 fretting hands. Although now that I think about it, maybe she should have had 4 arms. Because, like, okay, sure, you have twice as many frets you can press at once. But it's not like you can play a guitar solo, it's not like you can guitar duel yourself with 2 fret hands. You still need a second strumming hand. Even if you had a guitar with 2 necks, like those guitars that have 2 necks. But, you could do, I bet you could do some crazy stuff. Like, there's some people who do crazy stuff with 2 hands, 1 fret hand. Imagine how much crazier they could get if they had 2 fret hands. Imagine Dragon Force, but with 2 fret hands. I bet that would be pretty crazy. And then in her original design, she didn't have a tail, but I decided, like, you know what? A tail that looks like a guitar pick. And maybe, you know what? There you go. There's your second strumming hand. A guitar pick tail. Ow. Okay. I ran out of water. There's no more water left. I hope that's the boss stage next, because I need to finish. Shut up. And then, so the original character I did this with, the one parent, was that one character I keep mentioning, like I mentioned in streams before, who has, it's the rock star who has the ice powers. Well, like, I did that way. Well, originally she was supposed to be, like, a one-off character. Is that a super burger, or is that just a regular burger? Glitched visuals. I mean, she's supposed to be a rocker-themed wrestler. Like, a one-off character in this, like, wrestling comic I was gonna do. With, like, super-powered wrestling characters. But I ended up liking her design so much that it's, you know what, she's the protagonist now. So that's kind of why she's a rocker with ice powers. But then, like, if you want to go into the lore of it, it's like she just is afraid of being a superhero because she thinks she would get herself killed. And with so many superpowered dudes out there already, like, why do you need one more superhero? Like, there's already plenty of superheroes out there. So yeah, she's got the ice powers, and then the fan child I made had ice powers as well. Arendi uses fire magic, but I decided, you know what, let's combine that where, it's well, I haven't decided on an origin of the rocker's ice powers, but they're not magic, because magic would, in that universe, would be something you have to learn. Well, Arendi likes to think she's magical, but what she does is not magic. So, the fan child, I named her Pumpkin. I guess I didn't say that yet. The fan child design I called Pumpkin, but the redesign I'm doing, I called Annette, because it's like, yeah, I don't really know. Pumpkin is kind of a stupid name. I think I mostly just did that because she's green and orange. Well, mostly orange. Or her clothes are, anyway. Not the skin. Should be more specific. Or maybe I should have, because I could put a picture up. Eat the burger too. Eat your burger, Apollo. Yeah, I thought that was a fun trait to combine. You know, it's like the way Arendi uses magic with now instead of fire, it's ice. Although saying it out loud, it's like, well, what are you so proud of? You changed fire to ice. Good job. Big whoop. But you know what else I did? With the new design, with the Annette design, it's fire again. Also with the pumpkin design, like she calls herself the rocker demon, but she's not actually a demon. But with the Annette design, she actually is a demon. Which doesn't really make a whole lot of difference in the grand scheme of things. Because it's still the same demeanor. She's still not like a malevolent, is that the right word? You know, not an evil demon. Just like, yeah, she just likes to play sick music. You know, be maybe a bit more of a typical rocker. You know, like to smash hotel rooms and stuff. My rocker OC doesn't, you know, isn't like that because I don't think that's a necessary cliche to get. You know, just because your character's a rock star doesn't mean they like destroying hotel rooms. I wanted to go with like a more wholesome approach to that. You know, she doesn't party hard after concerts. She just, you know, winds down like a normal person. You know, drinks some tea for her throat, and then takes a shower because of all the sweating you do because the stage lights are hot. Get out of here! Why do I have no roar? It's because I don't have juice, that's why. But why do I have no juice? Give me the juice! Get out of here too. Toad? You too. No, the donut! Excuse me. Yeah, I think excuse me. Voice crack or squeak or whatever. Going on a completely different topic now. It's like, yeah, there's nothing else to talk about. Pumpkin / Annette. Although, actually, I just remembered I didn't say there was another name I wanted to use for Pumpkin. It was like, yeah, if I were to redesign her, that's the name I would use instead of Pumpkin. I forgot what that name was, so I just decided on Annette instead. And if you know who I named her after, that'd be pretty cool. You know, you're pretty cool. You got good taste in music. There's your hint. It's music, because of course it would be. Because why would you design a rocker character and not have some kind of, you know, music reference with their name? You know, some kind of homage. But anyway, the other thought I have is like, I think I did try Time Attack once, and I didn't like it. I wasn't able to beat it. It's like, oh, you know, forget this. This is too hard. I don't want to do this. I've never really liked time trial modes in games. Because it's like, why would I play the same game but racing a clock when the clock really just adds a level of stress, and it's like, oh, the time ran out, you failed, oh, do it over. Like, why would I do that? You know, never mind, like, speed running, which is another, that's a different beast than time trial mode, I would think. There's more of an art to speed running, if you ask me, because sometimes, you know, depending on what category you're running, like if you're not running glitchless or 100%, you can do glitches. You can find skips. You can find a hole in Kakariko or Kokiri Forest that glitches out and lets you skip right to the end credits because it glitches so hard. Which is, I mean, you know, it's not like you can't find your own shortcuts in time trials, but it doesn't feel like it asks that of you, you know. Like, you know, you just gotta beat the time. You don't have to be awesome. You just have to beat the time. I don't know. I don't know what point I'm trying to get at with that. Oh, look, I'm dead again. Oh, cool. Man, it's almost 4 o'clock already. Dang. Stop. Don't throw another TV. You better not have 2 TVs. Don't throw another one. Yeah, that was a mistake. I realized too late that, oh wait, that's water. I'm gonna punch water. That next block looks actually kind of empty. That might not be the boss. Or it could be, I don't know. If I were smart, you know, if I were one of those people who could figure out... If I were one of those people who could figure out how a game works through pattern recognition and not actually hacking the game or anything like that, you know, through stat tracking, I would have been able to pay attention to how many levels, you know, how many blocks each city typically has, and then figure like, oh, I'm this many blocks in, so the boss will be next. Yeah, they're destroying the block. Get out of here. Whoa! I don't even know what I slipped on. Like, did I slip in this fountain? That's crazy. That building's coming down. That building's coming down. Alright. Just gotta stay alive. Staying alive. There's no water left, but I mean, there's like a little bit of water left. I'm slurping on it, trying to get as much water out of it as I can. I didn't pick you up. I can't put you down because I didn't pick you up. Was those clowns? I should be treating the clowns better because, like I said before, I like clowns. I mean, you know, equality, no special treatment for anyone. If I'm gonna be eating people, I should be eating people. I can't be like, oh, I'm not gonna eat that person because they're a clown. It's like, no, I'm a giant monster. No discrimination. I eat indiscriminately. Can I reach the balloon by doing this, like I can the helicopters? Okay, kind of in the way. Please get out of here. Excuse me. It's filled with purple stuff. I hope that's not scarecrow gas. Burp. I know that's roar, not burp, but imagine if the burp was so bad that it was like the roar. I'm sure that could happen realistically. You know, that reminds me of a train of thought I had earlier. It's like I recently. I guess the time period doesn't matter. So just shut up with recently. I had this thought of like, how big could you make someone? You know, scale them in size before they start to noticeably slow down from, you know, air resistance. Because, you know, the speed that the monsters move in this game is unrealistic because they're so large that they would be slowed down by air resistance. But, you know, I think a lot of giant monster things tend to skim over that part because it's not as exciting having the giant monster basically move in slow motion because of air resistance. But I wonder, like, I'm sure that's something you could calculate. Like, how big could you get proportionately before you start to noticeably slow down from air resistance? But those are like, I don't have all the variables to that. Like, well, how big do you need to be for air resistance to slow you down noticeably? You know, not just as a person, but like any surface area. How much does air resistance slow someone down, and how much surface area do you need to have slowed down before before it becomes noticeable? Okay, looks like this is an easy block. We're gonna get through this. You know, knock on wood. I guess this isn't really something I should be scared of jinxing, but it looks like there's only at least like 1 or 2 blocks left because the way the road ends there, It doesn't look finished, you know? You know, it kind of looks like a region of game that you're not supposed to reach. Nope, okay, so at least this block. Yeah, see, so probably like 2 or 3 more blocks. But I want to say the next block would probably be last. Where am I going? Just grab a building and start smashing it. I'll go up the side for once. Mic is on. Mic is on. Ow. Yep, I saw 2 money bags. And a donut. I wanted the donut. I don't care about the challenge. I only popped those balloons back there because they were in my way. I'm totally gonna die again. Oh well. Oh yeah, I forgot I wanted to be Jill. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna die soon anyway, so I'll just... Why don't I just stand around waiting to die and then I'll be Jill? I don't remember if Jill had any special abilities. Well, I guess we're about to see. I would assume that by being, you know, in being a jellyfish, she's probably immune to electricity. Ah, dang it, there was a money bag. I actually care about the challenge now because I want the charge punch.
Looks like someone's about to take a bite out of the big apple.
Yeah, I don't have the roar now, so I gotta smash people with my fists. Pretty decent jumping for a jellyfish. It's kind of odd. Then again, her design is pretty odd too. Like, isn't that spooky? She's got her eyeballs invisible through her head. No, I want the money back! Ow. I still think she looks like a baseball cap. I mean, maybe not the character model, but definitely the little sprite over in the corner. It's like, how many lives you got left? Ow. Get out of here. You too, mime. I think I got more health from eating that mime than I usually do for eating people. So maybe that's Jill's special abilities. Is eating, you'll get more health for eating people. Oh, well, she's immune to water. So that's good to know. Being immune to water and electricity, that would make sense. And apparently her punch, maybe that is a trait of this character type, is that they're just, their up punch sucks. Ow. Jeez, they're not giving me a single... Ow! Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. I know I've already made that joke, but I'm just tired. I'm tired of getting knocked around by helicopters and bombs. I should have just stayed Lizzie. It seems like a crush stat is not very good. Oh well. You know what? When I game over again, because I'm sure it's gonna happen, I should switch to Gilman. Because I feel like the wall traps... Well, okay, that's not gonna help all of them, and I can't guarantee they're all gonna be water. But I feel like at least being immune to water would be helpful. Ow, stop it. Unfortunately, I don't know where the character who's immune to explosives is. Or at least I think they're immune to explosives. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna, like, fast forward or cut to being a new monster. You're going down, monster. He says, as I'm already down, and no longer a monster. And I'm about to change back to a monster. He doesn't realize I already went down. Alright, it's Go Man time. Let's do better this time. Jeez, this block is just really hard. It's like before I knew it, my health was all gone.
Every time I come to this city, these big monsters.
That's a funny voice clip because he doesn't finish his sentence. Wait, he said that every time I come to these cities, these big monsters. Well, what do they do? Tell me more about the big monsters. Wow, that helicopter landed on that mine and just didn't react at all. Okay, looks like this is the last building. So we're gonna finally be through with this block. Get the cake, please. There. Last building down. Last building down. I guess we'll continue as Go Man, even though it didn't really seem to make a difference. Jeez, we're not done. Okay, so, yep. It looks like the end of the city. We're like, oh, look, it's like 3 blocks left. I don't think it's actually getting closer. Or maybe it is. Maybe the next block is the last block. Man, I have no idea what it is that makes these blocks, some of these blocks so hard, and then others just like, eh. Like, what am I not doing that's letting me get killed so much? Aside from getting knocked around by the tanks. You stop singing. Jeez. Okay. Just focus on smashing buildings now. Get the fish. You need the healing. I said the fish. Fish, Gill Man. Fish. There. Now get the guys who are popping out of the windows and attacking. I mean, is that really the difference? Is that some of these just have more guys in the windows launching stuff? You know, I'm also not getting behind the tanks, like I said, was a good idea. And maybe staying on the sides of the buildings helps you avoid tank fire. It's like he shouldn't be able to hit me here. Yeah, he didn't. Just jump over the tank and smash him. There. Success. See, I think the Let's Play curse really is a thing. Not necessarily an actual curse, but, you know, a psychological thing. Like, your attention is divided, so you're just having a harder time focusing on both talking and, you know, saying the right thing, saying anything entertaining, and also playing the game right. I guess the Let's Play curse is more about, like, a jinx, you know, like, you say, oh, this is going to be really easy, and then it's not, because you're focusing on talking at the same time. And maybe it also ties back to psychology in the way of, like, you know, when you're confident about something, when you believe that something is going to be easy, you get arrogant and you make mistakes that lead you to losing. And then helicopters come in and shoot you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because the war sucks. And it takes Rampage juice. And you never have Rampage juice because you keep getting killed. Get out of here, helicopters. No, don't blow up the buses. I need those. All right. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this to be over. Because it's hard to find anything to say about a game that is honestly really repetitive. Like I said before, like, I don't think this game is bad, but it really does need more to do. And that's why I'm like, yeah, I just want to record the next thing, because at least with that, I shouldn't get stuck on anything for too terribly long, and my thoughts should be able to progress to new thoughts, because I'm getting to new areas and being reminded of things like, oh yeah, you know, there's that I could talk about. This, you know, this thing here looks funny and reminds me of like a spaceship. I can tell you about spaceships or something. Okay, I'm gonna come over here and hide from the tank. King of the jungle, jubilant. See it again and again, but it doesn't tell me what I should see again and again. Well, I met a challenge. That's cool. If I can at least survive for 3.5 minutes, you know, have them destroy the block for me, that'd be cool. How about I get on the top? Just do this. And I swear when I'm recording, I just have a whole lot worse of a time getting over these, getting into position to be behind the tank. Fine, I'll be over here. Alright, we're sticking with Lizzie. You know, honestly, game over in there makes me appreciate the challenge to this game. Like, not that I appreciate dying over and over again, but, you know, it contextualizes the lives, you know? Because, like I said, like, oh, you know, it doesn't matter if I game over. Well, it kind of does, because if you game over on the same block, and you keep game overing on that same block, you keep running out of lives on one block, you're stuck. So it's not like dying isn't completely meaningless, because you can still fail to progress because the challenge is too high. But also, you can game over as many times as you want and not have to start over, which I appreciate. You know, I game over and then, oh, I'm just back on the same block. So if I get stuck on one block, I don't have to keep doing the whole city over, which is nice. I always find it really stupid when games make you do things over just because you made too many mistakes. You know, one of my least favorite things about Dark Souls isn't that it's super hard. It's that when you die to a boss, you have to now run all the way back to the boss. And also that your consumable items have now been consumed. So, you know, like, oh, if you want to use a flame parchment on your weapon to imbue it with fire, you know, to try to help you fight this boss, if you fail to beat the boss that time, well, too bad, you're out of flame parchment. And I know that's something they've changed with Elden Ring. I haven't gotten to play that yet. Which I just realized I could play the PS5 version. Oh man, this is gonna be so cool. I bet it's gonna look amazing. Ow. But yeah, that's the thing that irritates me in Challenge. And I know I've said this multiple times. I don't know, probably not in this series, so I can say it again. It's not Challenge necessarily that makes me irritated. It's having to start all the way over, you know? Especially when things are set so that you can't make any mistakes. Like, you know, I definitely agree that one shine, Super Mario Sunshine... Actually, no, the two most notorious shines, the lily pads and the pachinko machine, those suck because you make, like, one mistake and you have to start over. And with the pachinko machine, you know, it's so janky that it's not really your mistake that kills you. It's just kind of the game being like, you know what? You're gonna die. And I agree with those shines being the worst in the game. You know, they're notorious for a reason. Because they really aren't the good kind of challenge. You know, I actually don't fully remember if this is actually the case, but I remember that Freedom Planet is like that, or is... Well, I was gonna say like that. Well, no, it's like the good challenge with its bosses. When you die to a boss, you start right at the boss again, which is good. It helps you learn the pattern quicker. Oh, then, you know, another one of my biggest pet peeves with game design is when there's an unskippable cutscene before the boss. It's like, oh, that's the worst. That is worse than being stuck on a boss. Is being stuck on a boss that makes you watch the same cutscene over and over again. That you start to memorize the cutscene. You start to mock it every time you attempt it. That was the thing that drove me crazy with the final boss of Bowser's Inside Story. It wasn't that it was a hard boss. It was that every time I lost to it, I had to sit through this spiel like, oh no, the Mushroom Kingdom's getting covered in darkness. Ah, I'm a toad and I'm scared because that's what toads are known for. They're always scared. Well, that's not what they're known for, but you know, they're fragile and easily frightened. You gotta protect the toads. I'm dead. Oh man, it's the McDonald? Like the first McDonald? Before they became plural McDonald's? Is that Rant poster supposed... Oh, well, there it goes. Is that poster supposed to be a parody of Rent? I have no idea. I think we're gonna actually do it this time. Especially if I can eat the fish. Yes, I ate the fish! I ate the fish! Ow. Well, at least now I can come down and take care of the tank. And grab a bus! Oh. I haven't killed the singer yet. Where is he? Where was the singer? Oh, there he is. I can even as an adult, I cannot understand a word that guy's singing. It's actually kind of weird how hard to understand some of the voice clips can be. There's a bus. Oh, the building is wider than I think it is. That's why it's not coming down yet. Ooh, a donut. You know, not only does that remind me of The Simpsons, but by association, that reminds me of Lego Dimensions, because The Simpsons is in that, and I have Homer. It's like when I first played that, I had not seen all of The Simpsons, you know, just like here and there growing up. I was not as much of a, you know, I was not as familiar with Simpsons references as a lot of other people can be. Excuse me. But now that I've, like, actually, like, last year, I've watched through all of The Simpsons. Like pretty much everything Disney Plus had available. Now I want to play Lego Dimensions again and do the Simpsons world to see how many references I can get. Because Lego Dimensions is very big on references. Like, that's... Like, I saw a review that said that Lego Dimensions, like, in the gameplay department, is very dry. It's not as creative as Lego games usually are. But when it comes to the references, it is very good at, you know, it does a lot of fan service. So if you're a fan of a particular series that shows up in Lego, and I was gonna say Lego Infinity, Lego Dimensions, that it's worth going through for the references. So, you know, I should do that with The Simpsons and the Lego Movie. and the Batman stuff. You know, all the ones I care about. Honestly, I have paid way too much money on Lego Dimensions. I mean, I can kind of justify it because I'm a fan of Lego, so it's like, it's not like I'm just buying a bunch of toys to life. Not that I have a much of a problem with that in and of itself. Like, I love Skylanders. I have no shame in how many Skylanders I have. But I do have a little bit of shame in how much Lego Dimensions I bought. Because I have bought enough Lego Dimensions sets to have, like, all the abilities you need, all the unique powers you need to be able to 100% the game. Which I have some regret for, because it's not a game, like, there's so much to do in it that it's not really a good enough game. Excuse me, throat choking up again. Not really a good enough game to justify all the money spent to get 100%, and also the time investment, the amount of playing you would have to do to be able to 100% the game. Now, like I said, I'm still interested in doing, like, going through Simpsons and Batman stuff, whatever. So I can't say I totally regret it, but it's like, wow, I spent too much money on this thing. It's like, how much mileage am I going to get out of the Back to the Future stuff? Or Beetlejuice? Like, I like Beetlejuice. And I remember liking Back to the Future when I was a kid. I rewatched it recently. It's like, oh, I didn't pay enough attention to that. I should probably watch it again before I watched Back to the Future 2 and Back to the Future 3. Come on. I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, I do kind of regret the amount of money I spent on it. Also, apparently the chips that they use for the, for at least for Skylanders are ticking clocks, so to speak. Like, they're gonna die soon. So I guess my Skylanders collection might just be a pile of figures, rather than toys to life soon enough, which is really sad. But thankfully, there are Skylanders games where you scan your figure in. Sorry, my throat is being really scratchy again. There are some games where you scan your Skylander in, and then you never have to scan them in again. You always have access to them. So I'll at least always have those. But it is really sad to think that, like, I won't be able to play, like, Skylanders Imaginators, or revisit well, I say revisit like I haven't like I haven't beaten Imagineers. Beaten that twice, actually. But I won't be able to revisit the console games, or I won't be able to play through the original Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure, or Giants, the second one. I didn't get on board with the series until, I believe, what was the third one? I believe Swap Force was the third one. So yeah, like, I guess I'm gonna have to get to that soon. And hopefully the Lego Dimensions ones aren't also dying. It'd be really... I know they're not gonna do this, but it would be really cool of... I forget who formally owns, like, Skylanders, who would be the person to, send your figure into in the event that it does die. It would be really cool of whatever company that is to just be like, hey, if the chip in your Skylander's dying, send it to us. We'll fix it for you, free of charge. There's no way they're gonna do that, because that's not how you run a business. I guess I can't say that, because, like, goodwill with your customers is important. Good reputation with your customers is important. And sadly, not a lot of... Sorry, I'm peeking the mic, jeez. Sadly, not a lot of companies nowadays seem to remember that. That treating your customer well is just important to making money, as literally monetizing everything you possibly can. I'm not happy with where I placed that literally, but whatever. I wanted to say that as like, you know, in hindsight, if I were typing this, I would backspace and then type it out as, instead of monetizing literally everything that they possibly can. That's where I would have put that literally. Okay, can I please get through this block? I am very confident in saying that that is the final block back there. That looks like what I remember the boss stage for this looking like. So please, just survive this block, get through to the next, and it's okay if we game over on the next block. Because it's the last block, and starting over with 3 lives on that block would be good. No! Okay, that just happened. I just ate an invisible bus. There, that's that block done. Stop picking the mic! Jeez, why am I doing that? Scum blimp. Oh jeez, there's electric thingies. Use jump punch attack. Oh, I punched fire while I was... Oh jeez, oh no! Those bombs look like shrimps. Why do they look like shrimps? Doesn't make any sense. You know, I just remembered that there's a game I've wanted to try for a while, and I don't think I've mentioned it during this game. Was Destroy All Humans. I gotta give that a try sometime. That's another one of those rare games where you get to play as the villain. You know, you get to be the evil alien invaders, destroying all humans, like the title. So I'm not really sure how you get rid of those electric orbs. I think you just need to bring the tower down. Uh-oh. I've committed to charging the punch. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm safe. Oh yeah, the generators. Yeah, that definitely looks familiar. So you just run up and punch it, I think. And there we go. It's gone. But I guess you gotta get all... Well, all 2 of them, I guess. And again, we don't really have to kill the boss, so if I end up destroying the block and being unable to reach the blimp, that'd be fine. I'd be okay with that. You know, not even this is fine, you know, building on fire. Like in an actual, like, that's fine. I don't care. You know, I beat the last, you know, I beat Hong Kong without beating the boss, so it would not be the first time. And like I keep saying, I just want this to be done. I think this would probably be a game that's more fun in multiplayer, where, you know, you're not dealing with a billion tanks and helicopters and infinitely respawning soldiers on your own. You know, it's spread out between multiple people. And, you know, multiple targets for them to shoot at, so you're not the only one they're shooting at. You know, the fire less focused. Ow. There, now I can come up and reach the blimp. Wouldn't it be funny if the blimp itself is really fragile? The hard part is just getting up to it. Wow, I can't believe that actually reached. Wow, look at how tall this is! Wait, can I not grab that? Is that not... Ow. No, okay, you can't actually grab that. Where you at, Blimp? I will spin punch at you. Oh, back to ground 1. Ground floor. Oh, I'm dying. Let me smash some windows on the way up. Nope, I'm dead again. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna sip of my cappuccino that I got the last time I game overed. Doesn't quite taste like the caramel latte. You know, the one I was talking about, but that's fine. Alright, let's climb up there and get that freaking blimp. I don't like that they're dropping stuff on you that you can't really, like the TV, you can't really react to stuff being dropped on you in time. Oh, there we go. We don't have to destroy the block. Sweet. Sorry, I just realized you probably saw me moving my mouse over there. I was getting ready to be able to mute myself because there's going to be an end cutscene. Total destruction! All cities destroyed! Except kind of not really. We're still standing on a building. Still standing.
Mr. Z, I just got... Not now. Oh my goodness, he just ate 3 But I just got the new... Not now! Them into his mouth like they were candy. I don't know anything about the tourists. I think they were German. More on that later. Lucifer's beard!
This is horrible. Scum Labs will be wiped out.
Whoa, hold on a second. I just got the new sales report. Scum Soda is sold out everywhere, and new orders are pouring in. We're going to make billions. These monsters are the greatest publicity stunt ever.
But what about the side effects? I thought Scum Soda caused people to turn into monsters.
Well, yeah, but nobody seems to care. Everyone loves Scum Soda.
Capitalism! Sorry. I peeked the mic again. Capitalism! Yay! There we go. That's Rampage done. And that's one game to check off of my I really want to do a Let's Play of this game list. And I wish I could have done better. But oh well. Like, you know, no one said I can't do this over again. When I'm better at doing commentary. Maybe next time I'll use the use the cheats to unlock all monsters and just switch monsters every block or something. I don't know, that sounds kind of tedious. Trying to keep track of who you have and have not played as. Yeah, so thoughts on the game. I still like this game. I still think it's fun. And but honestly, I think from here on I'll probably, you know, if there, I'm not actually sure if there is an invincibility cheat. I'm pretty sure there is. And if there is, I'll probably keep playing with it on. It is kind of obnoxious, constantly getting knocked around by rockets and stuff you can't really react to. Stuff that has no there is nothing you can react to do, to deal with things like the helicopters that come in with the missiles and just shoot you. But that said, it's still fun, and would probably be more fun with more players. But it's not too bad on your own. When you're not talking, it's not too annoying to play. It's just being distracted and constantly eating stuff that I'm not supposed to eat. Aw, I forgot to play as Croc. Oh well. Are we in the special thanks and the credits almost over? Yeah. The end. Well, that's good because I didn't have too many thoughts. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this was entertaining. I hope I can edit this down. Man, 1 hour and 41 minutes for this. Granted, that is also me not pausing when I got up to get my cappuccino and more water and use the bathroom. So, anyway. What was the bonus content again? Oh, I'm not clicked into it. Excuse me. Yeah, Rampage World Tour. Cool. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, I hit A. I'm playing Rampage now, I guess. The classic Rampage 1. Thanks for watching. See you in the next series. Bye.